Hey everyone, happy Thursday. I hope that you have had a great day. I got to start the morning with all of you, and now I'm getting to finish up the day. And this human being is one of my favorites. Dr. Cindy Macfarlane, we got to meet when you were on try one, right? Were you in
Uh,
first quarter?
I think I was like fifth or sixth quarter at life.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little more advanced than that. So in fifth quarter at Life, I was asked to speak to the SITCA, the Student ICA organization on Life's campus, and um, Cindy met me with a gift, and we went and got coffee, and I think it took us about 10 minutes to get into some real authentic conversations, and it's been a wonderful friendship and just an amazing sisterhood ever since. So Cindy, thank you for joining me and welcome.
Well, thanks for having me, as always, Barb.
Yeah, for sure. Um, and so the one of the reasons that I wanted to bring Cindy on for all of you is that she's done lots of really uncommon things very well. And one of the things that she's done is she bought a practice that was several years old. How many years old was that practice?
A decade.
A decade old practice. And I recently heard that about 30% attrition rate from when you buy a chiropractic practice, you can kind of expect that many people or that kind of attrition rate, meaning that's the number of people who won't come back or don't come back. And Cindy has three. One, two, three. So it's important when people are doing something that you want to do to listen up and learn from them. So, Cindy, what are the top three things that you've done exceptionally well that has led to these very uncommon results of buying a practice and people stuck around?
I didn't change anything. I,
Yes.
I I didn't change anything in the office. I didn't change where any chairs were. I didn't change how anything was done. I haven't changed anything, and I just celebrated 1 year. So I haven't changed a thing. Nothing. So that's
Why
one
would
thing.
you do that?
Why did I do that?
Yeah.
Uh, because in all reality, the systems that were already in place in the office were pretty decent, actually. And it was a situation where I could just step in and learn the systems that were already there and just do those systems really, really well. So that was one thing. Another thing is I
So,
didn't
wait,
want,
I want to just stop for a second on that.
uh-huh.
So another reason that this is really important is it is a big change for somebody to go see a chiropractor for 10 years and now they're gone. That's a really big change. And then to have somebody else come in, that's a really big change. And so Cindy looked at it from the standpoint of what has to change and what is changed. Well, what has to change is I'm coming into this practice and she's leaving. That's enough for the first year. Like, who cares where the chairs are? Who cares about these things? But the things that I can control and not change, so much wisdom in not doing that. Great job. All right, what's number two?
I took time to get to know every single one of these people.
Yeah.
I about them and their husbands and their wives and their children and all of the things that they're involved in and their grandparents, and if they have a mother that has Alzheimer's, and like I know my practice members and I know them well, and I ask and I have spent this past year really developing and deepening those relationships with those people.
I love that. And have you done that all like at the table, or have you done other things as well to get to know them better?
Both both
What would be your number, like, what's your number one go-to in turning a stranger into a friend into a an appointment into a profit?
um I don't know that it's something that I actually think about. I just ask people questions about themselves. I'm like, I just ask people questions. It's like,
Yeah.
well, about this. Well, what about that? And naturally, people just tell me their whole life stories. Like I just get it. People just tell me all about them.
I love that. And really, as soon as you get somebody talking about themselves, it's hard to get them to shut up. So it makes it really simple, like so simple. So let me ask you this. Then how have you had time to serve them and get to know them?
Because they're there for their wellness and they're there for their health, and so they continue to come back because they know that I take their time with them and that I care and that I know about their lives because I ask.
I love that. Care, don't carry, and never chase, and show up authentic and curious.
Yep.
Love it. What's number 3?
um Number 3 is be open to suggestion, be open to be willing to change and not be locked into thinking that you have it all in here and planned out and that you know everything.
What's some of the best advice you've gotten?
Well, probably it's all come from you. Recently, I need to read the Pumpkin Plan book. I think that might be some good advice. Um, you know, really the best advice I've gotten in this whole journey of before I ever even left chiropractic school was the boot camp. That's just the long and the short of it. Everything and anything that you could ever need or want to be wildly successful, not
Yeah.
just practice, but in your life and in your relationships and in just this life's experience. All of that is found in the boot camp.
And I love that
Here,
you're a member of the boot camp and that you and let's talk about all of the things that you keep saying yes to, like Ultimate Marketing Boot Camp and Wild Woman Play Shop and just like coming to Alaska, all these experiences. Why do you keep saying yes?
because every time I immerse myself in the boot camp in any way, shape, or form, I walk away a better human being. Period.
Period.
That's it. Um,
I do too.
you will find the most amazing people in the boot camp, and you will forge friendships that you never thought you needed in your life until they. And you'll find yourself, checking something off your bucket list that you didn't even know was on it. I mean, like it's just really an amazing group, and you just become better by being
Mm,
surrounded by this group of people.
yes. And what is the saying? You're the sum of the 6 people you spend the most time with, right? And so the fact that you keep saying yes, you keep surrounding yourself with individuals in the boot camp. And I think it's just so beautiful. I love what you said about you develop friendships you didn't even know you needed. And that has definitely been true for me. And like obviously I'm Mama Boot Camp. This is my baby. I started this thing and I I started it as a way to call out like ballers who felt like they didn't have a place to go and who wanted to keep doing business and life on their terms, but just couldn't find a community. So if you're not in the boot camp and that speaks to you, if you identify with like, yeah, I'm a baller, I'm kind of like don't find that I fit in a whole lot of places, you'll fit in over here. And something else, I haven't had good female friends throughout my life. And the boot camp has brought that, like, squash that. Like I have so many amazing friendships. And I think one of the things that the boot camp has also taught me, and I think taught a lot of you, you can have both. Like Cindy and her wife are coming to my house for New Year's, and we're all going out to our remote cabin. There's 6 of us, all boot campers and their spouses, and there's never been anything weird about being friends with all
No,
of you and being your coach. Being
no.
being like laugh until you pee your pants, and being able to have tough love.
So true. So true.
How do you explain that? Like, how does that happen?
I think it comes from a place of mutual respect.
Yes.
Like I know I mean I just got done telling you that I admire your brilliance and your intellect. Just it is, I just admire it so much. And I have a respect for you, and I have a respect for what you do and who you are, and this amazing boot camp that you and community that you have created. So I respect that. And in the same vein, you also respect me, and you respect the gifts and the tools that I have. And you see that in each person individually. And you know everything about, I can't say everything, but you know the people that are in your tribe. You know them well. You know their lives. You know their struggles. You know them. And it just all comes from respect. And there's not an issue of needing to get ahead of anybody or be in competition. There's no competition here. This is about, I have learned this and I'm going to help you with this because it helped me. This is a, I'm helping you be wildly successful because I've been wildly successful. And
Yeah.
that's exactly the tone that you have brought to your organization, because you've been wildly successful and you want to help everyone else level up.
Yeah. And I feel we all do that. Like, when you learn something new in your practice, you're like, "Hey, tribe, like, check this out. This is what I'm doing." And I just love how free flowing everyone is in our tribe, with love and support and acceptance, and that doesn't mean, like, they're no cookie cutters for sure.
No,
It we're all doing our own journey. And cheering each other on, and it's such a beautiful thing. And if you're not in the boot camp, you can't you can't understand it until you sample it, until you take a little take it for a spin. Which I'm going to put right now the link for our next live event, which is the Ultimate Marketing Boot Camp, coming up here really fast. Give a plug for that. Like, you were there last year.
I went
What are
to
you
the
excited
Ultimate
about?
Marketing Boot Camp last year. We were in Nashville at the Gaylord, had an amazing time. But what an awesome testimony is, there was someone who was there. I don't recall his name at this time.
Mark?
Yes, he was there, and he was not a member of the boot camp. And he just kept saying over and over again um how he had missed this community, and he'd been in practice for like 20 or 30 years or some kind of crazy
Yeah,
number. And he said, I didn't know that there were things out there in the chiropractic community like this that existed. And he immediately felt like he was one of us.
yeah,
And he immediately took information and things that we learned there and took it back to his practice. He was burnt out and he was ready to be done. And when he left there, he was so invigorated to go back and start practicing again. And that is on offer to everyone, because everyone at every boot camp event is opening and welcoming and just willing to share and just embrace you and meet you exactly where you are.
yeah. Yeah, I remember when I walked into the bar at the listening room, and when you guys got lost or something. I
Our
do.
Uber driver dropped us off in the wrong place. We had to walk 3 blocks to get there.
That was so you guys all showed up, like, sweaty. I'm like, "What happened?" But he was just, like, already hanging out with everybody,
Yeah.
um, that you couldn't even tell he was, like, a quote, unquote, "outsider."
No.
And it was, yeah, it was super fun. I remember when he shared what his experience was like. We were all, like, bawling because
Back.
he just, like, left nothing, like, just poured it all out. And I remember one of the things that he said was, "Being around all of you gives me hope for our profession."
Yes.
Because he had really felt like oh my gosh, we're doomed. Because that's the kind of people he had surrounded himself with. And then to come and be around all of us and to see like we're thriving in practice and having fun and still learning and helping each other just was an amazing opportunity for him. So as we wrap this up, Cindy, what final words do you want to say to the person who maybe they've been thinking about buying a practice, but they're just scared?
Um, don't be scared. Like it's nothing to be scared about, and that there are resources and people in the boot camp that can help you and guide you through it. And it doesn't need to be a scary thing at all. And it really, truly, you can be wildly successful right off the bat if you just do it right.
And you're only going to be alone if you choose to be alone.
I've never felt alone.
Never.
Never. I've never ever felt alone.
Yeah. Which is just such a beautiful thing. And our confidence, like we're humans, we're pack animals. We weren't designed to do this alone. I think about like um the friendships that we all had in Cairo school. And a lot of times those friendships got us through. And there was also a sense of people on the outside didn't really get us because they didn't really understand what we were going through, right? When you've got a zillion classes and like um student clinic and all of that kind of stuff. And it's the same way in the boot camp. Like if you're feeling like the people around you don't get you, we'll get you. We get it. Been there, done that. So there's the only reason someone would feel alone is because that's their choice. So we're just inviting you, come on in. Like schedule a coaching call with me and let's see, not if we're a fit. I want to know, what are you up to? Like Cindy and I were just on a call together whereby instead of looking at a year-end goal, we're looking at let's do it in 6 months. Like that's the kind of stuff that we're up to in the boot camp. And if that sounds like yummy and delicious to you, use that link right there. I'll also put it in the comment section and let's get on Zoom together and see if now is the right time, and let's even see if what you're up against is something that I could help you with. So Cindy, any last minute comments that you'd like to make to everyone?
Just this life is an amazing thing, and when you tap into the right community, you can 10x that experience. And,
Yes.
and
I
this has been that community for me.
absolutely. I love and appreciate you,
Mm.
and I can't wait to see you soon.
Yes.
Woo-hoo, less than a month. Bye. Have a great day, everyone.